I missed Germany to Valhalla.
Yep.
My lords and ladies, here do meet in trial of arms, champions to decide a point of honor. Who stands for the Order of Chivalry?
I do.
And who stands here for His Majesty King John of Athelbras?
I do.
The champions will arm and stand ready.
I'm glad it's you, Kate.
I'm not.
You don't have to do this, Kate.
Yes, Your Majesty, I do.
Kate, not to put too fine a point on it, but can you beat him?
No, John. No. I can't.
My thanks, Duchess Catherine Greenwinter. You've always been a true friend.
Here do meet in honorable combat Duke Sir Nathan Breakstone and Duchess Catherine Greenwinter. Your graces, salute you the crown of Athelbras. Salute you, your most noble and honorable opponent. Salute the one whom you champion this day. Your Grace, are you ready?
I am.
Your Grace, are you ready?
No.
Then on your honor and at my... Wait. Your Grace, did you say...
I said no, Marshal. I am not yet ready.
Do you wish for more time?
Nope.
What are you up to, Nate?
Do you wish to you?
Nope.
Duke Breakstone, are you ready to fight?
I think the operative wording is, am I ready to continue fighting? Isn't that right, Mistress Gillian?
Technically, yes. According to the Athelbras Book of Combat, once the crown has been saluted, the fight has begun.
This is preposterous. He hasn't even lifted his swords yet.
Nonetheless, the fight has begun. The rule was put in place to give the marshals full control, to give them more recourse over early cheap shots and the like.
Interesting.
So she can just walk up and kill him now?
No, Your Majesty. It's against our laws of armored combat, not to mention the laws of chivalry, to strike an opponent who has not signaled his or her readiness.
Nor would I have told to do so, Your Majesty.
Your Grace, do you intend to continue fighting?
Thoroughly, Your Majesty.
But you're not ready yet.
No, Your Majesty, I am not yet ready.
I demand to replace Breakstone as champion.
Yeah. A fighter can only be replaced in ongoing combat in the case of injury or with the express consent of his or her opponent.
Feel fine, thanks. Should I let them replace me?
What, and miss my chance to beat you senseless? Not on your life, pell boy.
Once a fight has been engaged, it can only end when there is a clear winner through combat, one of the combatants yields, or one of the combatants forfeits. I don't think any of those are working in your favor, Sir Oslo.
So, what constitutes a forfeit?
Well, one of them breaks a rule, which doesn't seem likely at this point, or one of them leaves the Eric at any point other than being forced out by his or her opponent.
They can't just stand there and stare at each other all day.
Bet me, Oslo. Besides, I can think of a lot less pleasant things to stare at all day.
You can't stay in here forever, Breakstone.
True, but I can stay in here for quite a while. Marshal, the BOC says that a marshal must be present for all sanctioned SCA heavy combat. It doesn't say that that can't be one of the fighters. And since I've been a senior marshal for almost as long as you've been alive...
Right, thanks, Your Grace.
Fancy a picnic, Duchess Greenwinter?
Sounds delightful, Duke Breakstone. I've been meaning to talk to you about your combat field readiness anyway.
Your Grace.
Nate, John. Your Majesty, the name is Nate.
John.
And we can apologize when we're out of this mess, okay?
Thank you, Nate.
You're welcome, John. Sorry I had to put you all through that. And Jillian, I know, I'm only bought us time. I haven't got past this part in my grand scheme.
Very funny, Nate. But you really shouldn't tease the royals.
Yeah, I know.
So, Nate, tell me what we're doing here again?
Fighting, remember?
Pretty cushy fight, if you ask me.
Actually, I was just thinking I'd never been in a tougher one.
Nice stars out tonight.
I see one.
Two.
Two stars.
Three. 3 stars.
That's a pretty damn cushy fight.
There.
Your Graces.
Nate, Eric, remember?
Oh, right.
Duchess Catherine, this is Eric of Heathgate, and this is Diana the Undecided, and Lady Beth McCrimmon.
Pleased to meet you.
This is Duchess Catherine Greenwood.
We thought that a little fire would make things maybe a little bit homier around here.
Thank you. It is actually a little chilly out here.
And Mistress Jillian asked that we take the liberty of fetching some of your Grace's supplies from your Grace's camp.
Again, our thanks.
And, Your Grace, Nate. Well, we wanted to say that we think that what you're doing for John, for His Majesty, is really pretty, well, we think it's pretty noble.
Thanks, Eric. Let's hope so.
So, Your Graces, dinner is served. The local culinary guild whipped up a little something for your evening meal.
Little something. There must be 6 courses here.
7, Your Grace. And technically they're called removes on such solemn occasions as these, which is really odd because the period term would actually be courses.
So, Jill, what was that commotion that I heard earlier? Was that an ambulance on site?
Deb.
No.
Again?
Yup, it seems old Deb was taking a bath in the middle of her encampment in this big porcelain tub she had made specifically for eventing. Well, just as her entourage was about to pour on more hot water,
John comes in and starts reading her the riot act.
Good for him.
So, as you can imagine, this tub is not the most stable thing, not to mention slippery when wet. So, Deb stands up. She slips, and her sycophant herd, in a rush to break her fall, dump boiling soapy water all over her.
Oh, tell me someone had a camera.
So there's Queen Deborah running around the royal encampment in her birthday suit with second-degree burns and soap in her eyes, banishing everyone at the top of her lungs when she has a chance encounter with a step stool, which was intended to protect her oh-so-royal feet from the offending blades of grass when she emerged from her toilet.
Stop. They're not going to die.
And back into the tub she goes, face first. Broke her nose. At least this time they couldn't get the crown off without the jaws of life. Though they do say it saved her from a pretty nasty concussion.
Remind me never to argue with John.
Especially while taking a bath in the royal encampment, surrounded by hangers-on carrying hot water.
Mistress Jillian, you really should take up storytelling. You have totally livened up this boring old area.
Speaking of,
Still working on it, Your Grace. I'm not sure how we're gonna get this mess untangled, but they can't actually make you throw blows, and they can't make you forfeit, so we're at a stalemate as long as you guys stay inside this Eric.
many thanks twice over, Mistress Jillian. Oh, and the people who brought us our stuff, and anyone else who's helping out with all this, I'd like their names.
Sure, Anna Whitestone, Lady Beth McCrimble, Diana the Undecided.
Jillian,
Your Grace?
maybe you could write them down for me.
Oh, of course. I'll make a list when the line dies down.
There's a line?
27 people have come forward offering whatever help they can to make Your Grace's stay more comfortable.
Well, it seems our good King John had a little more support than he thought.
It gets better. The Knights Council is already starting to show some cracks. The opposition to Oslo's little coup d'etat is being spearheaded by several of His Grace's former squires, and one Sir Remington of the Razor, who sends his regards to Your Grace's, by the way.
Return him ours, if you will, Mistress Jillian, and my personal thanks as well.
I will, Your Grace. Your Grace, I just wanted to say that, well, I didn't know what to say when you said you were fighting against John, and I thought, thank you, Your Grace.
You're very welcome, Mistress Jillian.
Your Grace?
Pottle.
Yes, you stopped me before I got to the peas.
I brought you some warmer clothes.
Yes, thank you.
Oh, for God's sake, men! Pottle. What Nate wishes to say is that he's really, really sorry for the little stunt he pulled, and he would really, really love for you to be his squire again. And Nate, Pottle wishes to reply that your cruel stunt, however seemingly horrible, was just, in fact, another shining example of the simple decency that made him want you as a knight in the first place.
This is
As much as I
awkward.
hate to disagree.
No.
I
Look,
can't believe I didn't
Pottle,
trust you in the
I've been
first
you
place.
deserve better
I've
than me.
completely
I've
disgraced
been a
myself.
pretty
I don't
lousy
deserve
knight
my
to you.
belt back.
What? You didn't
How can you
disgrace
say you-
anyone. Look,
You're the best knight anyone could ever have.
look, I'm the Duke here. If I say you deserve it, you deserve it. Well, glad that's settled.
Yeah. Nice to clear the air.
Yeah. Go help Jillian figure out how to get us out of this mess, Squire.
Your Grace. Nate.
Your Graces.
Yeah, you were totally right. I was way off base back then.
Want a beer?
Not that shit you drink.
Wait a minute. I think I've got a bottle or 5 of my patented Breakstone Stout. Rising Stout, hiding in here somewhere.
When did you start brewing?
I don't know. Mine's not what it used to be. How is it?
Tastes like motor oil.
Yeah, it does have that certain Pennzoil tag to it.
Oh, well, still working the bugs out.
So, Nate, tell me again what we're doing here.
Oh, come on, Kate. It wouldn't have worked any other way. If I'd fought for John, I might have lost. If I'd pulled the same stunt for him, it would have made him look like a coward in front of the knights and the populace. And if I'd told any of you about it, you couldn't honorably have stepped out onto the field knowing that I was going to pull a fast one. This was the only way John could keep his throne. For now, at least.
Sorry I called you pathetic.
Oh, that? Ancient history. Besides, you were right. Once I stopped being really pissed off, I started to wonder why I was mad. Truth of the matter was, it hurt because I agreed with you.
I will have to insult you more often.
Now let's not talk. But it would mean you were around more often.
I didn't mean to desert you, Nate.
Whoever means to desert anyone. Just kind of happened.
You could have tried harder to get through.
Maybe. Anyway. I'm starting to remember what it was like when it was fun. Not just the SCA either.
Just for the record, Nate, I'm starting to remember you too.
Your Graces?
We are in camp, Jill, well, or at least what passes for one. So it's Nate and Catherine, or Nathan and Kate, just not Nate and Kate, or else we sound like a sitcom. What's up?
We could only find one tent that will fit inside the Eric.
Oh, I had not thought about sleeping arrangements. One tent will do just fine. Cool your jets. I intend to retire fully armored this evening.
Well, that could be most interesting.
Not for you, because I'm sleeping with my sword, and I do not know the Heimlich maneuver.
Lords and ladies present! Midnight happy hour at the Green Taverns on Merchant's Row will begin in 15 minutes. A designated staggerer is required.